Welcome back. We back on the YouTube Honda stuff. I told myself I had to start at some point because it's been a long year and a half, over a year and a half. Going with this new project, some of you know, a lot of you know, some of you don't. I've been out the loop purposely, laying low, trying to get this done. Finally got it back to the point that I don't have to send it anywhere for any work. So the assembly starts now. So I wanted to get the start to finish product documented and recorded and stuff for everybody to see what's going on. Just got it back from fabrication, cage fabrication at least. The car had a 6-point in it before. It went out and got a 10-point plus some front shock tower braces and a strut bar installed, also some motor mount modifications, but I'll zoom into that in a little bit. Episode 1, I gotta split this up because it's just too much. There's like 2 years worth of like work, thinking, not working, try this, try that, switching ideas up, trying new stuff. So yeah, we're gonna split this up into a couple episodes here because I'm not gonna talk for 2 hours. But yeah, new setup for this year will be a supercharged, maxed out supercharged K24 going into my 95 Civic hatchback for no prep, front wheel drive drag racing. That is the goal. That's what I'm going for. And that's where we will get soon, hopefully. Breakdown, as for what is going on, this is what I don't want to talk about forever here. So episode 1, I just want to give a rundown of what the setup is going to consist of. I'm also going to, at the end of this, just give a slideshow of pictures over the years, honestly, because there's been mock-up pictures from the beginning, update by update, fitting parts, getting parts, waiting for parts, installing parts, to the mock-up motor that I had in there for fabrication that got pretty much sorted out. There's pictures of where everything's going to be just to about 90%. Beer break. There's pictures of where everything's gonna pretty much end up. So I'm gonna add that to the end of this, so at least there's some excitement to episode 1, because right now you guys are probably like, what in the world is gonna happen here? But I was gonna start painting today because I just got the car back from fabrication yesterday, well, cage fabrication, and I told myself if I could just come in here whenever I got free time, tape up a bar, paint a bar, little by little I can get the whole cage done, front bar, strut bar, cage, and all that stuff that got put in there. Also touch up the bay whenever I get some white touch-up paint. But right now the priority is the actual raw steel and chromoly that's on the car. Got to paint that black. Shout out to that Steal It paint right there. Some pretty hardcore stuff. It's a nice finish for anybody that's looking to paint their stuff. I just found out today on another YouTube video that is not friendly for brush and pretty much any type of manual application. Looks like shit. So it has to get sprayed, which sucks. You got to tape stuff off, but the finish is really good. NRG weight bar up front. Did 2 coats on that last night and the night before. Love the finish. It's a real satin flat type of black, so that's the plan for tonight, at least the front lower bar. Then I'll keep going, go to the strut bar, then move on into the cage. But breakdown, this is the hype right here. Merc 2300, upgraded the inlet to, I don't even know what it was originally, 100? I know it's a GM 100. I think we went out to 102 because I ended up with a Motion, 102 for a throttle body. Shout out to Porting Solutions. He got the inlet done. Got the runners done on the manifold. Can't see much, but try to port wherever we can port. At the end of the day, that has to hopefully help. 2300 sleeved 87 by 99 K24. Specs are kind of low key right now until I can confirm what I'm trying to do is going to work. I'm sure there'll be an episode coming soon with that information, but for now I just got to get this thing running and tuned and see if the whole spec worked out. But built 24 CNC head. Shout out to JBRE, Jason. Kind of worked out a little plan on valve size and port design for what we thought was going to be some mild boost, but other videos have shown that these pulleys might get this thing to make some serious boost. So it's not like serious sport front wheel drive serious, but like serious street boost, I would say. We're not going to hold back. You know, I've told my tuner that. Shout out to Hobby Tune. Shout out to De La Cruz. We're not going to hold back on this one. Right now, there's a 4-inch pulley on it because that will be the E85 street tune, so it can drive. Then we go smaller from there. 3.2 and 2.8 is the plan. With some heavy-duty belts. Yeah, it's a lot of belts trying to figure out what size was right. It's ridiculous, but it's just part of the whole process. Saw a video, LHT. Apologies if I'm not getting the name right, but they did a white Integra on this 3.2, and it got up to 26 pounds apparently on the dyno. And then they turned it down to that 4-inch, and it was making like 17. So if that was making about 26, I don't know what that 2.8 is gonna do. But we're gonna find out. Everything's in there to handle it, especially that. Big shout out to Pipa. Pipa Tech definitely put that whole PPG together the best way possible for it to survive some serious abuse. Definitely got the clearances right. You know, got a casing window open to check clearances, checked everything, double check, triple check. The only issue I ran into, which was from the previous gearbox, obviously it just over time. This is bent somewhere. I think I saw wear the other day, but then it might be there. Some of you might see it. There it is. Hard to tell with the naked eye, but this guy was not easy to come off. It was jammed up on there. So got a new one. The only problem was when I got it into the selector housing up top, and I wanted to actually ask you guys if anybody has run into this problem. There's a little bushing that sits inside here. It's not mangled like that, but this guy came out of there. And when this new one went in, there was some play in there. So I wonder if I don't hear about people ever wanting to change this or ever, servicing these housings, but that was a lot of play to the point that, I pulled it out, I start measuring, I start ordering from eBay. I got bushings on the way from China because specifically this size is very hard to get. There's no number on it. Honda has, I think, discontinued this whole housing. The bushing only comes inside there from Honda. Discontinued. All I could do is measure this to the best of my abilities. I measured the housing, the outer diameter, the inner diameter, which will be there. Yeah, that's gearbox, man. Shout out to Pipa Tech, full PPG 1 through 4 with a cuff, and I put a stock 6 gear in it just because I'd like to drive it to work one day. E85, big pulley, cruising, chilling. Yeah, so big shout out to him. Sponsored the transmission assembly. Bottom end, sleeve, K24, fully done up. Cylinder heads done up, JBR head. Assembled by me, top to bottom. I got pretty much bare head, bare block in my hands. I had to measure all that stuff out and get it right. But it's ready. It's ready to go in. So now it's on me. We're gonna run air to water through a Garrett core. Again, right now doesn't make sense on the shelf. You'll see pictures at the end of the video. Ice tank on one side, ice and water, and then fuel on the other side. Matching tanks. Shout out to DP. They put a baffle in the ice one. Yeah, those guys. DP, great tanks, good fit. They put a baffle in the ice tank for me so the ice chunks don't fall all the way down. Some track tough stuff. Swirl pot, gonna come off the side of the head. Electric water pump to move the ice water. Mechanical water pump, OEM style, so I could run OEM style tensioner and Merc tensioner. That's the plan. Myers, huge shout out to Myers over the years, always providing top-notch quality stuff. Best headers in the world, in my opinion. Fender exit, titanium exit out the fender. Now that I'm pointing in this direction, what you're gonna see at the end of the video wouldn't be possible without this radiator support right here, Wally built. I wish I had Instagram right now. I'd be tagging people, but I don't know everybody's IG by heart to be writing it down. I'll get back on soon though. As soon as the car starts, I'm back on. Yeah, you're gonna see the fitment. My camera sideways to catch the whole thing, but tubular front support by Wally built. Critical, necessary, mandatory for this to work. Big shout out to him. I've been running it for a couple years. Cleans up space on the front end. Everything fits around it perfectly. Couldn't have done it without that part. Major part. You'll see why. Electronics, we got Dela Cruz on deck. Thank you, Dela Cruz, another sponsor, always looking out. Fuel Tech, previous sponsor, ship, help situation we had going on. Wish I could have got a win under some Fuel Tech power, but the all motor stuff had to go. And we're coming with this now, so I'm gonna get that win for them coming soon, hopefully. But FT550, all the goodies still there. Going to do a universal 4-cylinder Fuel Tech harness. It's down there. I'm not gonna pull it out right now. Definitely, it's just convenient right now. Just gonna do the universal 4-cylinder harness and, you know, connect the dots pretty much and get it started. And hopefully, you know, that stuff works out. It'll plug right back into the FT550. Their A and B connector will go directly into it, and then I just gotta get to my inputs and outputs pretty much. So not worried about that. Fuel, I guess I should have prepared all this stuff before recording, right? Mechanical fuel pump is the plan. Yeah, this guy I can get out. Mechanical fuel pump sitting low. Will be a lean mount setup. So this was gonna hang a little low, but we did clear the weight bars. Like, it'll be at the weight bar level or above, so we're good. What I like about the setup, and I was trying to accomplish, and we pulled it off, is that the pump will sit below the level of the tank. So in theory, I'd like to always have fuel at the pump because the line is gonna go downward. It's pretty dusty there, but yeah, mechanical fuel pump. Bodywork everywhere. Shout out to PCI with the new skirts. That's going on. Carbon fenders, new hood. Old hood was cut out for the ITB airbox deal. Shout out to MNZ supplying some Jace goodies, Bodywork, some Jace stuff all the way to the back of the car too. Very thin, very light hatch. It's actually decent light out here. Jace rear hatch. Shout out to 2J truck. 10-point done, cage done, strut supports done. Crazy looking into the car from the top like this, but got the roof out. Priority is to get engine in and running so I could like be happy with my life again and hear it run. And then I'll worry about body work. You know, I'll dedicate, you know, the rest of the time into the body work. But yeah, priority is to paint whatever I can in the bay, get the engine in, and wire it up and get it started. Then I can, you know, windshield, roof, and all that. That's the office right there. New seat mount, new carbon seat. Used to be aluminum Kirky with a heavy ass Buddy Club rail that was 1,000,000 pounds. Got rid of that. 10-point with the dash bar all the way up and around now. The A-pillars. Still got some weight to cut out. Passenger seat supports and mounts and stuff. So there's some room to play with. Some old wiring in there, but again, this is pretty much what it's gonna look like when it's all said and done. Shout out to Jay Roa. Brake lines still holding strong. Tucked all the way through, up against the firewall. Too dark to get down there, but you already know who to look for. I should take these coils off. I was excited to mount the coils onto the new bar, but that's where the ignition will mount. A spark box down low, I'll probably get it on the dash bar because I know they make a mount for the spark box. And get it out the way, get it off the floor. And that's pretty much it. I mean, it's not it.